Every door's a story waiting to be told. Every key a new beginning to unfold. Find a place, find a home. Thoughts for rent, let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Thoughts for Rent, Realtors Keeping It Real. I'm Max Zurflueh.
And I'm Irelynn Zurflu.
And we are blessed to be here today and present to you our podcast of Zurflueh Squared. Is that what we call it? No.
Yeah, a Zurflueh Takeover.
Zurflueh Takeover. Jenni McKenna, the host of the show, is out and about today. And you got two Zurfluehs.
Yes.
The father and the
daughter.
Daughter, right.
Jenni had to go walk a property that just did a full rebuild after a leak.
Oh, geez.
And we have a couple units in that community. So I actually just took a phone call off screen where she had arrived at a different unit and, and the resident let her in and she didn't know what she was looking at.
Oh my gosh.
So she just called me and she says, yeah, Evan let me in. I said, the resident's name is not Evan. That's the first clue.
Sounds like a Jenni McKenna-ism.
Yes.
We get those sometimes. But that also happens in real estate where you get the wrong address. Back in the day, 2009, 10, before you were thinking of doing real estate, or maybe you were, I don't know.
It was before.
A colleague of ours in our brokerage, they were doing bank-owned properties, and you would get a request from a bank to go to the property, trash it out, meaning remove everything in it, and get it ready to sell. And this company got the number wrong by 1, and they got into the wrong place where a person was living. They weren't there, but they trashed everything out of the house, emptied it out. Person came home and went, "Where's my stuff?" So.
Oh my goodness.
That was ugly. That one was ugly.
That's nerve-wracking. I was doing a walkthrough for a property and everyone has Ring cameras now that they talk to. And I was one street too early and I tried to get in and then they talked to me and they were like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, get away from my house.
Trying to do a walkthrough and is this, so-and-so street? And it wasn't. So I apologized and I left. So even now I didn't take out their furniture and sell all of it, but
our door's open. I hope that's okay. You'd be safe to say that any realtor or any property manager, anybody in this business has done that once or twice. Gone to the wrong address. I've gone to the wrong address. Matter of fact, not only the wrong address, but I've gone to preview a house once. And this is weird because it's not a wrong address type of situation, but it was funny. Anyway, I went into the house and I said, it was just me because I was previewing for my buyers back in the day. And I said, "Is anybody else in the house that I can bother, or can I just look around?" She goes, "Oh, you're fine." So then I went to the first bathroom downstairs. The door was closed. I opened it, and her dad was in there taking a poop. What part of, is there anything that I should know about before I start walking through your property? So that was kind of...
she probably didn't know her dad's bowel movement. She probably didn't know he was in the bathroom.
My dad's here, and he's been known to poop, so you might want to check on him. But yeah, and I've gone into houses where there was what do they call them? Oh, a squatter sleeping. Yes. We went upstairs and opened the primary bedroom closet, and there was a blanket, and it was kind of moving up and down. This person was taking a nap in the primary bedroom closet.
Did you tell them to leave, or what did you do in that situation? Wake them up?
I closed the door and got the heck out of there. And called the listing agent and said, "Hey, someone's sleeping and you're listing." But,
I guess so you weren't the listing agent. You were just doing your showing. Okay,
but
that makes sense.
You can come across squatters and you just never know, Like someone like your mother, Jenni McKenna, she would have kicked him and said, "Get up and get out of here. What are you doing?" But I'm more of a, let's see what happens.
I haven't I'm sure I will in my career at some point, but I have not ran into a squatter yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't do a ton of showings though. And if I do any showings, they're always rentals.
Yeah.
But I've definitely had to deal with them. I just have never actually ran into
I've dealt with a few.
And
I had a client I was taking out, showing him houses, and he works in the military, and he was carrying. He had a concealed carry or whatever it's called, open carry. I don't know. He had a gun on his
Holster.
hip every time we went anywhere. And we went into a house and we were up in the primary bedroom and there was a small closet door inside the bedroom, like a little tiny, almost like you can access the attic. And somehow he thought there was someone in there. And he pulled his gun and pointed at the hole and said, "Come on out of there. Come on out of there. I'm armed." And I'm behind my client going, "What's this guy doing?
What's happening?"
There's nobody in there. And nobody came out. But hey, you got to be prepared, I guess.
We just came back from a long trip to Japan, which you and Jenny had spent.
Oh, we went to Japan?
We did.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I know that you guys got the fun podcast episode where you got to talk about that. And then I'm pretty sure Jenny and I talked about home warranties or repairs or something the next week. But
are you talking about strange things that happened in Japan?
No.
Not something that happened to you in Japan in particular.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Your trip from Tokyo to Nagoya.
No. I was just saying that when we left, when we went on vacation, we have friends that watch our house for us. And in 2 different occasions when we've been out of town, the first occasion, they swore up and down that somebody was living in our attic. Oh. They just got it stuck in their head. Yeah. Oh. They just got it stuck in their head that somebody was living in the attic. So she had her partner come over and check the attic and make sure everything was okay.
Was there mice running around or something? I wonder if there's any noises or something.
No, well, the house is old, so it just makes noises in general. And then we have our 2 dogs, so they obviously make noises too. And then this time around, I have a hatch alarm, which goes off automatically every day.
Oh, that's one of those alarms that kind of wakes you up gently?
Yeah, the half moon circle alarm. And it was going off on one of the days that they were checking the house, and they said that it scared the crap out of them. They totally thought somebody was in our house just having a conversation, but it was my alarm the whole time.
You have it set to go daily?
Yes, because my phone has a trouble connecting it on occasion.
And if you're out of town for a prolonged period of time, you don't turn it off?
No, because I have a hard time connecting it.
How does it turn off?
Yeah, like manually. Or after a while, it just goes.
So if you're not there, how long will you think it'll go?
Maybe like an hour, probably.
Jeez. Well, imagine the electricity you could save. Or something. Battery, I don't know.
Probably. I'm assuming it's not that detrimental.
Well, we didn't really set a topic for our podcast. We just got it started going. But I have a thought, Irelynn, and that's about
Keep it real.
Spring.
Spring is sprung.
Why does spring come and we all get lethargic and slow and what's wrong?
I don't think that's
I think it's true. It's called spring fever. Hello. It's a real deal.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, absolutely. The temperatures get up. The outdoor looks better, so you want to go outside, but still you're tired. And you never heard of spring fever?
I don't think so, no. I've always just heard that people get excited. The weather gets hot and you can go outside and you can swim and barbecue and all that stuff, and the flowers bloom. And
well, May is approaching, so spring fever would be over. I guess as I get older, spring fever lasts longer, and I'm tired of it right now.
I guess I've never thought – my friends and I have never said that it's spring fever. My friends and I have always said that you're out of hibernation. Like you're ready to exist in the world again, but you still have to be hibernating because the weather's still not ready.
Interesting approach.
I feel like I get antsy. I'm like, I want summer to be here.
Different approach from the younger set.
Yes.
For us, I think you've been kind of cooler weathers, and then it gets warmer, and you kind of get lethargic. That's why it's called spring fever, I think. Unless I got it all wrong. Maybe it's because people get allergies and they get the fever.
I think it's just because of the pollen.
Could be. Was the pollen more in Japan? Was there more pollen?
I don't think so. I have been sharing many of my experiences from Japan with my friends when they've inquired. And something that I've been telling quite a few people is that the things that social media or like influencers or people on TikTok warned me about came off as very dramatic. Like I think a lot of the things that they were like the pollen in Japan, people were like, it's going to be the worst allergies you've ever had. And I thought it was fine. And then people are going to warn you about like, you know, everyone always says, oh my gosh, it's impossible to find a public restroom in Japan when you're traveling or trash cans or whatever. And
yeah, you're right.
It didn't obviously stop us from going, but it was something I was very prepared for. And then I got there and I was like, this is way more dramatic than what is actually happening.
You were always prepared with a little plastic bag for garbage.
Yeah, I brought little like doggy bags.
But every 7-Eleven, Lawson's, Family Mart, train station. They all had
Oh, yeah.
garbage cans.
Well, and people were even like, bring your own toilet paper because they don't have toilet paper in public restrooms. People were saying to bring your own soap and all this stuff. And so maybe I was
Did
just
you walk around town with toilet paper?
No,
Oh.
no. But I did bring my own hand sanitizer and soap because I thought I was going to need it.
You may have just defined the entire internet.
Yeah.
People build things up to say, oh, it's this, but it's really not that bad.
It's just kind of, yeah. Well, my friend that I was sharing that story to, or one of them, because I've shared it with a few people.
You have more than one friend?
Yes,
Nice.
I do.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very nice.
They were talking about how rage baiting and intense videos get more views than just normal average videos.
Rage baiting, that's what it's called?
Rage baiting.
Trying to get you to be angry?
Yeah.
Oh. Negativity sells.
Yeah.
Right. I've got people in the real estate industry that always post negative videos, whether they're true or not. He says, because that's what people want to watch. Those are the videos that go viral.
True.
Well, that's sad.
I know.
I think.
Because obviously it didn't stop us from going anywhere, traveling anywhere, but it could very well stop someone from going and getting to experience an international country like that.
And based on our experience in Japan, it didn't stop anybody from going to Japan.
I guess that's true.
That place
There's a lot
was
of people
packed
there.
with tourists. But you're right, though. It could be a restaurant, a resort, a city, negative reviews. If you're somebody who really takes those to heart, you might go, yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
Which is sad because the place could be amazing. That's why when I look at a restaurant and there's a negative review, I don't get too excited about it because everybody has different opinions and people just find the one thing that's crazy. Like there could be a 4.5-star review, but they'll be like, but this was wrong.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just look past that?
But the butter was
something
not
too
room
hard.
temp.
I couldn't spread it on my bread. I get frustrated with people who review things and always have to have a negative thing.
Yeah, like the 5 stars impossible to find or is impossible to achieve, even if it was good.
And it could be a 5-star restaurant for me that you might find it to be a 1. Everybody has their own perspective and approach to it. So there you go. So stop reviewing. Don't look at reviews. Just go places. And that's like Japan also. You got to prepare. You got to make sure you have reservations and make sure.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. I found there to be more restaurants in Japan than people in there.
There
restaurant every corner, and then there's a 5-story building, and 4 stories had a restaurant. It was unbelievable, the choices, I thought.
So if you're not going to do you still do Google reviews then? Like, do you still find yourself traveling with
I do.
recommendations from people, even if they're online people and not people you know?
I don't make decisions based on the recommendations, but if I'll decide based on a website. If I want to find, let's say I want to find a restaurant in Miami, then I'll look at what good places to eat. I'll open the website. I'll look at that, and I'll go, I'm going to go there. And then after I book it, I might look at some reviews just to see what people say.
Just to see.
But I never go, okay, I'm not going there.
What was the last in-person recommendation that you followed? Like someone in your life, you were telling them you were going somewhere and they said, oh, you have to do this. And then you did it. Do you remember?
I don't know. I mean, in Japan, someone said you have to go to the garlic ramen shop in Osaka. But I had been there before. I guess it was more of a reminder than a suggestion.
That it existed.
But we made it, because that person said you got to go there, we went. And I think you and I agree it was the best ramen broth we had in Japan, right?
So good.
So I can't think of anything else but word of mouth. When I was younger, that's all you had. Hey, I think I want to go to a steakhouse. You guys know any good places? Yeah, you could try that place. But then you didn't have the ability to Google it. You didn't have the ability to call someone and ask 100 people what they thought. It was just, you went and tried it out.
Yeah.
Sebastian Maniscalco says, hey, we don't do Yelp. Our review is we just don't go back to the place.
That's a good, I am a Google review contributor. I do get the emails that my reviews have reached.
Reviews?
I do.
Oh.
But I actually do have, and some people may disagree with me on this, I only write good reviews.
Oh.
So if you were to go to my specific Google review page, you'll only see 5 stars. So some people may say...
Wait, you have your own Google review page?
Well, I have my Google account.
Oh,
so if
all your reviews are
yeah,
in one place? For different places?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because here's a lesson for the old man.
Where's he? Oh, I'm the guy?
If you go to a Google review, then it'll say so-and-so rated this 5 stars, and you can click on so-and-so's name, and then it takes you to their page, which would show you all of their reviews that they've ever written.
I did not know that.
And
why would I want to know that or care what they think?
Because some
someone I don't know.
Some people are more important on the review page than others because they leave more reviews, or they leave more detailed reviews, or they're more insightful.
Their review might be more valuable.
Yes,
more
is
true.
what Google is trying to imply. So some people might say, because I only leave 5-star reviews, I am not a reliable source. But if it's not a 5-star restaurant, I just don't leave a review, and then I just
if you're a 5-star review person and you go to a restaurant and give it a 5-star review, and all your reviews are 5-star, that means that must be a pretty good restaurant.
Yeah.
Because if it was a bad one,
you just wouldn't be on there.
Yeah.
I do have one singular 1-star review on my Google page,
your
though.
whole thing, your whole thing, existence,
and it's for
You want to say? Are you going to say?
Oh, I'm going to say it's for my college's on-campus health clinic that I went to for a shot one time, and then they billed me $300 a month later, and they couldn't explain to me why they billed me $300, and so I left a terrible review.
And you were on insurance too.
And I was on insurance.
How about that? Not that you're not now. I'm just saying.
And it was for a vaccine that wasn't required to attend college. It was just a recommended adult vaccine. And so I was like, well, is it going to cost me anything? And they said, no, you're fine. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do the vaccine.
Ooh, then along comes the bill.
Yeah, then along comes the bill. And then, fun fact of the day, find out it's a 3-part vaccine. So I would have had to go back 2 more times. And they tried to get me to come back to 2 more times.
Didn't go?
No, because
so you spent $300 for nothing.
For nothing.
Because to complete the medication, you had to take 3 shots.
Yes, but then it would have been $900.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
I think that was worthy of a bad review, even for you.
So feel free to look up all my reviews. And if you guys ever come to Vegas or live in Vegas, you'll know that the places I review, I genuinely really like.
Speaking of Google reviews, the McKennateam.com, you can go there and Google us and give us a 5-star review if you think we're good.
And McKenna Property Management.
Oh, yeah, that one too.
It's separate.
It's 2 separate accounts.
And one of the only bad reviews on the McKenna team is because somebody...
No, not one of the. The only bad review is one that they thought they were reviewing property management. Thank you very much. Because we're 4.95 or something. And we can't figure out who the guy is, and we can't get him off of there. What are you going to do? Again, reviews, schmavooz. That's my...
Schmavooz.
Reviews, schmavooz. Speaking of that, it's NHL hockey time. Are you excited?
I've been missing a lot of the games, but I've heard they've been really good. There's one tonight. I'm going to watch it tonight. I have no other plans. So
you got NBA playoffs. You got NHL playoff.
Go Knights.
Timberwolves. You got NHL, NBA. You got Major League Baseball ramping up. You got golf tournaments. U.S. Open's going to be here on Father's Day. Masters just happened. It's a great time of the year for sports. Just so you
believe it. So that's why you have spring fever, because you've been sitting on your couch
watching
sports.
I've been sitting on my duff watching sports all the time. There could be something to that. You don't watch golf, huh?
I watch the only things I will watch sports wise are the ones I get for free with my streaming sites. So not a ton.
That's a lot, really.
We
and
do
UFC's free now because it's Paramount.
Peacock, I thought.
Paramount. Yeah. So that fight that's going to happen in front of the White House on July 4th is going to be free.
It's going to be free.
That's going to be huge.
I know.
I don't know if you care, but your boyfriend must be pretty excited about that.
Yes.
I'm pretty excited. Well, I don't even watch UFC.
I don't know about. It's going to depend on the lineup. I don't think he cares so much about the venue and it's just who's going to be good fights there. But we've watched the last 2 that have been released on Paramount. There might have been more, but we've done 2 watch parties. And
at the free one, Paramount.
At the free one.
Okay.
The commercial to fight ratio has now gotten very out of hand.
A lot of commercials?
Lots of commercials. And when it was pay-per-view before, it was that they would also show when they were taking the breaks, they would show what the coaches were saying in between the rounds and all of that. And they do not.
Trainers.
It's straight to commercial. The bell rings, straight to commercial.
Oh, there you go.
And then you're pretty much done with commercial.
Would you rather pay-per-view or have the commercials?
I personally think pay-per-view is worth it because if you do a watch party and you're not a solo watcher, then everyone agrees to chip in $5.
Then you can talk about what's happening on the screen between rounds and stuff.
But if you're trying to watch it by yourself, or if you don't have a whole crew that can go $5 in every time, then yeah, $70 to watch fights is probably pretty tough. That's why you should go to a bar that is playing it.
I'm trying to find a cool place for Father's Day where my kids can take me so I can watch baseball and golf all day. I was thinking Circa. I don't know. It gets a little crazy there, I think. I saw some photos. It's a lot of people.
Max and I have been trying to get into a very exclusive brunch for
Do we call it
almost
exclusive?
well, we haven't been able to get in.
It's rare.
So they only do it on Easter and on Mother's Day, and they don't do any other brunches. And it's a seafood and steakhouse brunch. So I was able to convince Jenny to do it, even though it's mainly seafood.
She was glad that we couldn't do
They
it.
were sold
I think
out.
in the end.
I think so.
It's Nico's at,
The Durango.
yeah, you can say it.
I know. But I haven't been to the brunch yet, so I don't know if it's good. But I've
Looked
seen
good.
it looks really good. And they only do it twice a year. And I asked her how early I can book, and she said maybe 60 to 90 days out. So hopefully we're in town for Mother's Day or Easter next year, because we have to wait
Easter could
another
be
year.
Speaking of the Durango, that's where we watched the Kentucky Derby last year. And
At
the
the
Kentucky
George.
Derby is coming up.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's right. First Saturday in May, which happens to be
Oh
May
my
2nd.
gosh.
So you got your horse picked out for the Derby?
No.
Oh, I don't either.
We're almost halfway through the year. That's crazy.
We're 2 months shy of being halfway through the year. Does that count as halfway through the year? Almost.
We're almost halfway through the year. Yeah.
I mean, we're 4/12 through the year, so we're
That's
a
a
third.
lot.
We're a third. You got to go with a third.
No, that's a lot.
I got to cut you off. We're a third through the year.
No, because a third would be 3 months. So
Sure,
we're
sure,
almost
shouldn't that-
halfway
sure
through
that
the
wouldn't be a
year.
quarter? Let's think about this now, Ted.
Oh, you're right.
4 months is a third of the
You're
year.
right.
So I'm not going to allow your half, but it's going quick. She's going quick. There's no question about it.
2026. 10 years ago, I graduated high school. Isn't that kind
Is
of
that right?
crazy?
Wow. I
I'm
graduated
becoming
high
an old
school
person.
40-some years ago.
Oh my goodness.
We've talked about a lot of stuff. We haven't touched on anything real estate, which I think is okay.
We talked about squatters and
Oh, that's right.
We
And
did all
some
that.
showing issues, yeah. But
and how Jenny apparently got tea at some random person's
they
house.
gave her tea?
No,
Oh,
they asked her if she wanted lunch since it was lunchtime.
oh my gosh. Old Jenny, she'll tell you. She's got her thoughts for rent, like a penny for those thoughts. And get inside of that head. But hey, Irelynn and I were happy to be here for the Zurflueh Takeover today. Talked about a few things going on in the world. Apparently spring fever is not real. That's just me. I'm just tired. And
Google review, Schmoogle review.
yeah, Google Schmoogle review, Schmerview. But hey, if you know a good place, let us know. If you hear of a good restaurant, let us know. Share this podcast. Subscribe to it. Give us feedback, because we always want that.
Always.
And I would have to close with Go Knights Go.
Go Knights go.
Talk to you soon. Oh, there you go. Sound good? Okay, good. I'll pass over to Irelynn. Here you go, kid.
Thanks, Pops.